Got him. Got him, Jackson. Jackson. Nice. Oh, wow, he inhaled that. These are great fish. Wow. It doesn't seem to be a very bad call to actually come into this creek. That's not a bad jack at all. So, for you guys wondering, that's called a mangrove jack in Queensland. Not sure a legal size. They don't really keep them. I think they're such an incredibly cool fish. Tied in the mangroves, and these things at 50 centimeters are like a mini black bass, really. So, epic fish. Cool start. 5-inch dozer in there again. See you, mate. Okay, before we get to this little section here, I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all the love and support you guys showed me on the previous video. Wednesday the 13th, so only a couple of days time, voting completely shuts for the Tier 5 event. Honestly, the messages, the DMs I got, the amount of people who just got involved in that whole situation for me was absolutely incredible. If you haven't checked it out, I'll still put a link in the bio below. There's only a couple days left of voting, and no matter what, the video is incredible. For what we accomplished was incredible, and for what I felt back from what you guys gave me, it's an amazing feeling. So I just wanted to say, before voting shuts and before everything comes to an end, thank you so much for the support. Hope you really enjoy this clip, and yeah, only a couple of days left to vote. So if you haven't yet, jump on there really quickly for me. Thank you. All right, welcome to an absolutely stunning day here in far north Queensland. I'm back in the tin. I'm actually doing something a little bit different today. I've got like a 10 to 15 knot. It's probably about 10 knots at the moment. Just, I don't know if you can see, a couple white caps starting to happen. But I've got a perfect little weather window this morning to come out here and fish some of these inshore reefs. So you guys would have seen me testing out the dozer and the switcher shrimp in some of the latest videos when it comes to barra. I thought it'd be a really good idea for me to come out here with this weather window, leave the barra alone for a little bit. As much as I love them, I need to leave them alone for a little bit and get into these inshore reefs. So up here we have these very unique little inshore reefs that we can fish, and they basically consists of like weed, rock, coral, and just a whole combination of inshore structure. Epic for coastal trout, fingermark, all your inshore species. So basically what I've got running at the moment is, look at that thing. Look at it. That's a new Nomad jerk squid. And I'll also be running between that and the dozer. Basically, while I'm talking, I'm just electricking up to these next couple bommies that are coming up behind me. It's a very unique little kind of structure that I'm fishing. I don't have much longer to fish it. And then I'm just going to push inshore as this wind picks up. It's going to be an ultra dead low tide. I've got drone batteries. I just want to go and search. Today's like, you know, it's pretty rare that we have an absolute bluebird here at the moment. So we're coming up to a couple of bommies now. So I'm going to turn this off, GoPro on, start casting. And we're going to talk about a very, very unique and very simple technique that I think is the most effective one I've ever found. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Wow. I was trying to burn that in, buddy. Thank you. I needed that. Oh, stop it. We have target acquired here. Look at this thing. That is an incredibly good looking bar cheek trout. I kind of like changed my jig head there just to a 3/4 because I wanted to fish it a little bit faster. And I don't know if you guys saw there, but honestly, as I was burning that in, that's when he ate it. So it's a really good indicator of how they want to eat it and what they're doing. So far so good. I've just kind of put myself on the current edge or the pressure edge, and I'm just going to be working this edge here in the tin, and I'm stoked with that fish. That's incredible. All right, just in front of me here, kind of electric in, all around me sand, and there's this like little patch of bommies. So generally I always start on the up current side of it, and I'll sink it mid-water because it is still kind of deep, but I don't really, if I hook a fish, I don't really want him to be as close as he can be to his home. I'd rather have a couple meters, and they'll come up. Trout will happily come up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hey, little trouty. It's only a little fella, but that's exactly why we look for these kinds of surroundings, because even though it's a small one, it's the exact same idea behind catching a big one. There's no difference. So that there is a bar cheek trout. You can see on his cheeks how he's got these bars instead of just the standard dots. It's a very good indicator of a bar cheek trout, and a lot of them being bar cheeks will be inshore, which I'm fishing at the moment. So we did that one cast to the front. Now we're going to work the middle section of it. I mean, really, I could get a bit closer and just work it a little bit harder. I think in this shallower water, I'm kind of giving them more of a reaction bite, and it seems to be working, like sinking it down, and that's that deeper technique which we can use, but for now it seems to be working, just to be covering ground and kind of finding where they want to be. There's another one. Just a little fella again. So he's got a couple of really distinct bars on his cheek, that guy. See you, buddy. There he is. Well, that's a better one. Or it might just be a decent codlet. Unless it hasn't woken up yet, I should probably give it a bit. Oh, he's trying now. He's alright. He's alright. Oh, oh! Headache. That fella there, he's coming home. It's a perfect 43 centimeter trout. Just gonna dispatch of him real quickly. I'll rewind it, because what I did there is something I do quite often, and it always generally gets another bite. So what happens is you cast into a bit of structure, bringing it through, fish comes through and eats it. Might not be the biggest fish. Generally, it's always kind of the smallest fish, because it's a fish that's the most keen. So he comes out, eats it, misses the hook. But what it does is creates like this disturbance in the water, creates something that these fish are super inquisitive about, and especially trout. trout are super opportunistic. You basically, especially when you're jigging or casting flats, if you hook a fish, they come in, they want to look at it, and if the fish ever spits out bait or drops the lure, they'll come through and eat it. So basically what I did then, cast in, bringing it back, got the eat, missed the hooks, sank it back down. And what happens then is, that's me kind of saying, like, the fish has come through, killed the bait, and the bait's sinking, and that trout came through and ate it. So basically, you know, when you miss a fish or you lose a fish, it's not always the end of the world. Sometimes, to me, it's more of an opportunity to catch a better fish. So bit of an insight there to my my trout secrets. But just in front of me here, you might be able to see it a bit better if I lift the camera up. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good bommies in front of me, so I'll keep casting at them. Straight up. He's found a bit of a honey hole here. Could this be a different species? It is. Briggsy's favourite. Briggsy, this one's for you, my bro. What I won't do is water release it, unfortunately, for everyone. But that is the famous stripey. Oh, incoming, incoming. Come on. Trouty. Little fella. Okay, bommy number 2 over here. And then I've kind of got the drop off on my right, so we'll work my way around to the drop off. Oh my Lord. There we go, happened again. See, I sunk it down again. That first one was a great fish. This is even a good fish too. Definitely found a little zone here. That there is a grassy sweetlip. Beautiful colorations on them. And very similar thing, that first fish I had was definitely not this guy. But once again, sunk it back down. And he came through and picked it up. So it's not always trout. Every fish kind of looks for that opportunity. I'm sure everyone in their fishing kind of has encountered winding up a fish and having another fish beside it or coming up and following. So that's basically a lot of the reason. They're super inquisitive, but they're also waiting for them to drop something and take advantage of it. I reckon somewhere in the next few casts, I've got big bommies here, I've got 3 down deep here. I've got to get a good bite. I just got to land him, I reckon. Oh, there he was. Like, it's not the biggest one. It would be close to legal. Be very close to legal, this little fella, but ow, he got me. Go again before I drift onto him. Let's go the widest bommy on the outer edge. I kind of went in between the 3. We'll go on the widest point. Right, first drift was pretty successful there. Ended up with, I think, 4 trout, 2 legal ones, and a grassy sweetlip. So, hey, I'm not complaining with that at all. For a place that I'm exploring, something I'll run you through exactly how I play this day out. So what I do now is I finished off my drift line. When I came up the reef prior to that drift, I drove up a certain part of the reef. So I'm gonna use that line that I drove up the first time as like my drive up line every single time. So what happens there is every single time I drive up, get to the end of the reef, and I either peel out left or right, and then I zigzag my way down the reef. You never want to be driving up and down the reef, just because you'll basically drive over all the fish that you're trying to catch. And in this shallow water, they're extremely kind of temperamental, they're nervous, you know. A lot of them are sitting up high trying to feed. You drive over the top of them, they hate it. If you do pick a line to drive over the reef and you're drifting, try and drive over that line every single time, and then basically veer off to the side. You know, I always try and go 50 to 100 meters each side of that drift, and then I just keep zigzagging my way down it. That way I'm always fishing new ground, and I'm always kind of driving over the same ground. Seems to work. All right, something I'd love for you guys to just take note of over this episode and maybe the next few episodes. It's just a very, very simple technique which I found to be somewhat extremely effective throughout using live. I use live to learn about fish, learn about their habits, the way they follow lures, all the rest of it. Something I've found very, very interesting is just how simple and effective a straight wind can be. You know, if you are learning to do something, don't be scared just to straight wind it. It has its place, you know. Every single barra that I've got to eat in the last year, like a slow roll. No twitching, no moving, no nothing. As soon as I move it or twitch it, they turn off it. So it's interesting, you know, all the stuff that we go crazy on these wild techniques. Sometimes the old just straight roll has its time and place to catch a fish. Big school of bait just in front of me here. Something did chase it before. It's slowly working its way over. So I'll try and, it's kind of here. I can't see anything, but I'm definitely going to put a cast in it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Here we go, fellas. That's a great trout. Exact same routine. Oh yeah. That's what we wanted. Come on in, buddy. Woo! Well, I'm gonna say, I could get a measurement on him. Not as big as the first one, but I'm gonna say that's a, look, let me just figure this out quickly for you. He is 53 centimeters, that guy. That first one was bigger, so that first one was probably 55 to 60 centimeters. Inshore bar cheek trout, exactly what I've learned on the reef out there, I'm doing in here, inshore in the tin. It's pretty incredible. I've only got a small weather window this morning, and I'm off to shoot back, but that thing is in there again. Lovely. Oh, trouty. Trouty. Oh no! Gotcha! Yes! Oh, that's a good one. The old, oh, I can see his big friend down there. Oh, I can see the old stop and pause. Get you every time there, my friend. Every single time. Oh, squiddy. Look at that thing. We're getting there. We just went down to the beach to get a fresh coconut, and the puppy's very interested in what's going on here. Avery's very interested in what's going on here. Get out of it.
Daddy, can I nick you, Daddy?
Hey, baby.
Hey, Daddy. Okay, Mom.
Alright, we're having a win. We're at the end. We've got him. We got him, Avery.
You got him?
We got him, baby. Got him. Oh, shot. Hey?
What's that?
Pretty solid, actually. It's really solid.
Yeah. You cut it all.
Yeah, I cut it all up. And then
And you
I'm going to try and clean this up a bit, because we might even use it like a bowl if we can. Okay, let's take it in.
Okay.
And see if it's yummy. I just quickly raced home. Wind picked up there, got 10 or 15 knots. Went and got the kids, got a couple of beers, went down the beach, grabbed a coconut, got a straw in it. We're not going to use the coconut water, but you want some?
Yeah.
That's fresh coconut.
Yeah.
How's that? Are yummy?
Yeah.
It's actually delicious. Like, if you were actually legit surviving, these things would be incredible. Here, you want some more?
Yeah.
Yummy? How about you just hold it then? Okay, that's enough. Here's some. Come outside quickly, fillet these trout, and I'm going to show you something different that we're going to try out. It should be absolutely delicious. One thing I'd really want to try to do a lot more with fish is not so much cook it. I think the tastiest part about fish is not being able to cook it and having it fresh. So I'm kind of a little bit inspired by a bit of coconut action today. I got home at about lunchtime, so I reckon I did pretty well considering we went down to the beach just before to grab some coconuts, and it was a proper 15 to 20 knots. So weatherman got it wrong. Thankfully, I was already home by then, but I did just sharpen a knife, so I should be pretty good here. I mean, you guys have probably all seen trout before, but it's just one of those things where what I'll get Jess to do on the next one is film exactly how I fillet, because I see so many people not being able to fillet fish still, and it's totally fine. Like, it's nothing wrong with not being able to fillet a fish, but obviously it'd be better if you knew exactly how to. Okay, you got the next one?
Yeah.
Look how many Dad got. Dad did really well.
Woo!
Look at this one. Okay, I'll give you I'll get Jess to come around here. All right, the way I start my fillet, obviously if you have a towel, you can take the little bit of slime off, it helps it. But basically, I think his name is Keyfish on Instagram. I highly recommend following him to watch exactly how he does it. But my way is I'll just basically slide my knife under the fin, run it down the back here, and run it kind of behind its head. There is that one bone you bust through. Once you've done that, you kind of like come back around with the knife, and exactly where his fins here run down the middle of his spine, that's where you're going to run your knife, and you're going to ever so slightly angle it down. So when the knife's coming down, it hits those bones and doesn't go into the meat. So as it's coming down, I'm ever so slightly angling down, running alongside that fin. And then once I've done that, I can slide my thumb in there and gently lift with my thumb as I slide my knife down the fillet. And all I'm doing is I'm just kind of guiding the knife down the bones. Then I get to this section and I'll cut the tail, so kind of freeze it up. And now this is the hard part. So I've got the rib cage in front of me here, and I'm just, with my finger, I just kind of go up and roll it over the rib cage. And the biggest thing is a sharp knife. Like, you shouldn't have to cut if you have a sharp knife. So all I'm doing is I'm just basically running here. See how that's his rib cage? I've just run over the top of it. And then there's a sneaky part which I've learnt from keyfish. So once you've got it like that, basically put the knife down, roll it over, and cut through. And that's pretty perfect, honestly. Kind of nailed that one on camera. But that's about as simple as it gets. I'll show you how to debone it and skin it inside. Very important too, when you're filleting, to make sure you have one of these by your side. What I try and do, basically just get the knife started as close as you can, angle it down, hit the skin. I find it really important to have my hand actually off the edge of the board so you can be at the same level, because I use quite stiff knives, and you can see how my hand's off the board. So if my hand was on top of the board, you'll get the wrong angle. So I've gone on top of the board, then I'll get started, and then I'll just ever so slightly wiggle backwards and forwards, and keeping my hand off the board and keeping the knife level with the skin. And that's it. That's perfect. It's going to be hard to do, but I reckon if I get a belt sander, I'd be able to get them really nice. Is make little bowls out of them. So I've just kind of worked the blunt edge around it, and I've kind of cracked it, hoping that I can crack it the whole way around. Look at that.
Two nice juicy coconuts.
That's pretty stunning, actually. All right, give me a second. I'm going to try and get the meat out of these. I'm going to cut up a pineapple, a little bit of lime, and some chili. We're going to make up a bit of a salsa, which I'll show you really quickly, and we're going to try and sort this dish out. So what I'm trying to do here is just cut the piney into really nice little squares, as small as possible, without cutting my fingers off, haven't I? The main reason for the whole coconut, even though I now have a coconut bowl, which I'm going to start collecting coconut bowls. I have coconut and a grater. And I'm going to finish off the dish with like a fine grated coconut on top. Yeah, I'm going mad. I'm trying not to get that bit, so. All my fingies. So what I've done is I've just basically run the knife down the fillet 3 times so it all holds and stays together. And then I'm running it across this way to get it into like nice little cubes. I did pick the smaller of the trout as well to use. So even if it did have a little bit of sinew, that sinew would be like ultra fine and ultra soft. You eating it raw? Oh, that's a chili, baby. Yeah, you can have that one. Do you want some pineapple? I went for it. I just went for it. It's in now. Okay, as a final, I got my bowl. I'm gonna go. Do you want to try some? It's gonna be a bit hot. Daddy's gonna try some first, so we're gonna go. Mind the hands here. A little bit of pineapple. You can grab that, baby. Then I'm gonna get a good scoop of trout in there. Shallots, chili, straight in top. Maybe a bit more pineapple because I'm a fan of it. We're gonna go that. Hold on. Then we got coconut cream with a little bit of lime. And I probably could use a bowl of like some type of thing. I don't want too much of it. It's pretty cool, hey? So that should be heaps. Then we're going to finish it off. She just keeps eating. She thinks it's, I mean, it is sashimi really. You go for it, baby. We're going to finish it off. I'm going to get Jess to get a close up here. With freshly shaved coconut on top. That's pretty good, I reckon. That actually looks extremely good. Like, I think it might just need, hey, your skits. I'm just going to leave it there for a sec. Definitely one of the better looking dishes I've made. Something that was absolutely incredible that I got sent the other day is this cutting board. It's from K&R Collective. I'm going to put a link to the page, but it's hard for me to actually use that board because it looks so good. I'm going to eat the whole freaking thing. Parky, do you want to try some? Dad's actually nailed it for once. That's good, hey?
That coconut cream and lime
Yeah.
with the coconut is...
That's ridiculous.
That's really yummy.
I actually think even having the freshly shaved coconut on top,
Yeah.
if I knew the kids weren't going to eat it, I would have left the chili seeds in because I like it a bit spicy. But I like the bowl too. Okay.